Hello everyone, I'm Oriza Satifa and today I will talk about Asian superhero from Marvel Studio, which is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. When people talk about Marvel Studio, like this movie Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, people often focus on the action scene, material arts, or Marvel's first Asian superhero. But do you guys know this movie tells a strong story about gender inequality? Do you guys know? I know you guys know Xialing, that beautiful lady, also known as Shang-Chi's sister. Yeah. Through the character of Xialing, this movie shows that women are ignored, excluded, and underestimated in male-dominated system. In this video, I will discuss how this movie reflects gender inequality using Simone de Beauvoir theory in The Second Sex, that women as the other. Alright, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This story tells about Wenwu, a powerful warlord who discovers the mystical Ten Rings, which giving him immortality and great power. He later falls in love with Yingli and they have two children, which is Shang-Chi and Xialing. However, they live a very beautiful life together, but after Yingli's death, Wenwu returns to violence and control. He trains Shang-Chi to become a warrior, while Xialing is ignored. And years later, Shang-Chi escapes and living a normal life in San Francisco as Sean until even force him to meet his sister to confront their father. So what is the issue of this movie? So what is the gender issue I talked about? Well, first, do you guys remember that scene when Xialing is training? Shang-Chi is trained from a very young age to become powerful and strong. Meanwhile, Xialing is not allowed to train together with the other because simply she's a girl. But instead of giving up, Xialing trained herself quietly in the distance. She secretly teaches herself. And this, guys, this reflects common gender issue in society, that women are treated as the other. Women are denied opportunities to grow, to learn, and to show their abilities. And this movie shows that it's not the women's capability, but the system that set them. Second, when Shang-Chi returned to home with his father, Xialing, and Cathy, Wen will only say, "My son is home," rather than say, "My children is home." Because Xialing is there, guys. Xialing is standing behind Shang-Chi. So the father ignored Xialing's presence. But Xialing is still his daughter. Why not? I know this moment is not that deep or just a small scene. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, but it obviously represents that gender inequality in male-dominated, which is Wenwu's household. Like this scene shows that sons are more valued than their daughters. You guys clearly see that Xialing clearly exists, but she treated as invisible by her own father. Her worth is completely measured in comparison to her brother, not as her individual. Last but not least, this movie also shows differences in Wenwu household and in Talo. Talo is the place where Yingli was born. Yingli is Shang-Chi's and Xialing's mother. This shows contrast, and in Talo, they really represent balance and equality. When Shang-Chi, Xialing, and Cathy come to Talo, Xialing watch everybody train together. No matter they are women or men, they are training together. And Xialing'S say that in Talo, we are all equal. That beautiful line directly challenged Wenwu's patriarchal values. Talo shows a society where power is not qualified by gender, while in Wenwu's world show that power are controlled by men. So guys, those evidence clearly represent some of the Beauvoir's idea about women as the other in her book The Second Sex. Men are seen as the norm or the subject, while women are defined only in relation to men. What does it mean? For example, as daughters, as sisters, like Xialing is Shang-Chi's sister, or as wives. So, relationship of Xialing with her brother and her father represent some of the Beauvoir theory. In conclusion, this movie, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, not only about action and the first Asian Marvel superhero and something like that, but also highlights about gender inequality through Xialing characters. Xialing faces exclusion from her own father, but Xialing rejects this role, showing that women are not meant to stay in the shadows, but can lead and define power. That's all. Thank you so much for watching.